By the looks of my watch, it's officially grave time. Back in May of this year, I took a trip up to Alameda to the Pacific Coast Pinball Museum. There I met up with 3 of my coworkers, Jen, John, and Gordon, who brought his wife with him. Together we played some pinball, got a little bite to eat, played a little bit more pinball, and then from there I went out to explore the Mountain View Cemetery, located in Oakland. I wanted to check out this cemetery because I've never been here before, and I only had an hour to explore before the gates closed. I drove around the cemetery at least once, not realizing how big the cemetery really was. And because it's on a hill and the terrain is not very good, I only had time to really check out 2 graves out of the 3 that I wanted. And one of them, which is the main focus of this video, is that of John Marsh, who played a key role in California becoming a state.
John Marsh was born in Danvers, Massachusetts, in 1799. He attended Harvard University from 1819 to 1823 studying medicine. In 1836 he arrived in Los Angeles where he established himself as a doctor. Marsh became the first practicing physician on the Pacific Coast. In 1838 he acquired the Rancho Los Meganos at the foot of Mount Diablo in the San Joaquin Valley, east of San Francisco Bay. His 50,000-acre ranch contained thousands of cattle and horses. Marsh realized that he could make a great deal of money if he could persuade people to travel overland from Missouri to California. Along with John Sutter he publicized California as a land of opportunity. In November 1841 John Bidwell and his party arrived at Marsh's fort. They were the survivors of the first wagon train to attempt the overland journey from Missouri. Bidwell estimated that there was only about 100 white natives of the United States in California in 1841. In 1851 Marsh met Abigail Tuck, who would become his wife. The following year they had a child named Alice. His wife Abigail would later die in 1855 of tuberculosis.
Now from the location of his grave, we're going to go on to see where he was killed.
On September 24, 1856, John Marsh traveled to San Francisco. On the road between Pacheco and Martinez, at Pacheco, he was ambushed and murdered by 3 of his employees over a dispute over their wages. The murderers broke his skull, cut his throat and stabbed him in the heart. He was robbed of his watch and all the money he may have had in his pockets, although his carpet bag was not disturbed and remained in his buggy. 2 of Marsh's killers were later tracked down and brought to trial 10 years after the murder. The 3rd was never caught. 1 killer turned state evidence and was freed after the trial. The other served 25 years in San Quentin for second-degree murder. This plaque marks the exact location of John Marsh's death and is a California Historical Landmark number 722.
Well folks, I hope you enjoyed this short episode of Grave Time. I'd like to thank my coworker Jen for the idea of getting together and going to the Pacific Coast Pinball Museum. I had a lot of fun, and it gave me an opportunity to go and explore the Mountain View Cemetery there in Oakland. As always, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Bye.